Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're continuing on with the desolation of the Free Spirit team, because people keep saying, Stump, man, Free Spirit's better than Strength. Hey, Stump, Free Spirit's better than Slasher. Hey, Stump, Free Spirit's better than Quick-Driven Slasher, and honestly, at the moment, you might be right about one of them. However, it is definitely not against Strength. Strength are one of the most versatile teams in the entire game, and they just have so many options at their disposal nowadays. I just cannot see a world where people still think that Free Spirit is better than them. At the moment, Free Spirit are sort of leaning on my third best team in the game, but comparing them to Strength, it's just chalk and cheese. And in today's video, we're basically just going to go through them. It's going to hunt a bunch of Free Spirit teams with the Strength team. Now, with my particular build, obviously, I do have some pretty heavy investments. I am looking for high Free Spirit investment, and honestly, it's really not that hard to find because everybody loves running Free Spirit as a defensive team. And honestly, they do seem to be a very, very good defensive team. They're great at timing out opponents. They're great with RNG because Nami Karina can obviously do their thing with the rollback. They get a lot of healing and CT from stuff like Otama. Plus, then they can sort of just pick off units with Zora's counter, and then the Gear 5 ability to go through defensive effects. However, with the release of Blackbeard, and then obviously we've had the anniversary exclusives of Kobe and Luffy, I just cannot see the Free Spirit just keeping up with Strength. Now, Strength, they are quite slow, just like Free Spirit, and they are sort of designed around back-ended damage, or more or less around the mid-range damage. Luffy is eventually going to go. An anniversary Gear 5 Luffy, the one from the Film Red movie, is just way too powerful for anything to deal with that is on the Free Spirit. Now, Free Spirit do have revives. They have Zoro, they have Luffy that can revive, which is really, really good at nerfing something like Luffy. But as you guys saw there, they can just output so much damage. And even if Nami Karina rolls back the special, you have something like Kobe to kick in to bring it back forward, which you guys will see a little bit later in the video. Stereotypically, this is my favorite build to run. I have sort of changed it up a little bit and have been using stuff like Ace. However, as I mentioned, Strength is one of the most versatile teams in the game. Obviously, it does take a lot of high-end characters, a lot of Super Sugo Fest characters, a lot of Anniversary exclusive characters, and a lot of PvP characters to make the team work. All of these characters you see on screen are all Anniversary or restricted characters in some sort of sense. We have 3 Anniversary Legends, Blackbeard, Luffy, and Kobe. We have the Super Sugo character in Kaido, and then we have the PvP units of Kuma, King, Sanji, and Law. Now, in the front lines, I find Law just works so well. With his little limit break buffs, giving defense, doing damage, he's an exceptional unit to have in the front. He does obviously drop off as the fight goes on, and he only buffs Slasher characters on top of his Strength buff, but it's really not that big of a problem because you have very, very good defense with the character for Strength. When you combine him with Blackbeard, you're giving yourself a lot of defensive buffs. You're gaining defense on specials, and it just works really, really nicely. Now, with Blackbeard, he is replaceable with something like Jack. Jack is an exceptional option for the Strength team. My Blackbeard is incredibly invested. He's level 150 with the Rainbow Border and Limit Break expansion. However, I do know a lot of people have Jack level 150 with Limit Break expansion that just works exactly the same way. Jack's exceptional because he's a fighter character as well, so he actually gets the cooldowns from Kobe as well. Kobe gives level 3 cooldowns to fighter characters as long as you have a Straw Hat on the team within the requirements of that particular echelons of the movie where you're fighting the Demon King in the parallel world. So Luffy unfortunately doesn't count, so you have to just bring another unit. And for this particular team, we just bring PvP Sanji. He just fits the build the most, but you can literally run any one-cost unit. Like Sanji, he has a PvP ability. He has a PvP special, so that's why he's the best unit to bring. But as long as you bring any Straw Hat, it is going to work absolutely fine. Hell, you could just chuck PvP Brook or something like that on the bench, and that could work for you. But the upside to utilizing Kuma and King nowadays is with the 20 cost update, Kuma can actually come in and have an impact with his special. With Kobe giving cooldowns and haste ability and stuff like that, if you bring stuff like Luffy to the front or stuff like Kuma to the front, you can basically just wipe out the enemy team. Now, as you guys see here, we're in the last 24 seconds of the fight, and Luffy hasn't gone. This is what Nami Karina can do, can basically just continuously push you back further and further, but eventually, Luffy is going to go. At some point in the fight, Luffy will go unless you kill him, and Free Spirit just don't really have that in the bag. So lately, I've been leaning more towards utilizing Ace rather than Kaido. Like I said, Luffy has so much damage output, and if you do have a couple dupes in him, if you've invested a little bit in him, mine's at level 130 with Final Tap 3, so that does drastically increase his PvP stats. You kind of really don't need the extra damage output that Kaido is providing. With Exchange Ace, he is a phenomenal character for the strength team. He gives a lot more defense. His passive is fantastic for the entire team. Plus, his special actually does quite a bit of damage, and he has the ability to give a shield. With Kobe, Luffy, and Ace on the team, you have 3 characters that have the ability to not only give themselves shields, but Kobe can give the rest of the team shield. And that upside to just protecting yourself from damage is so vital in the back end of fights. And at one point, it made strength literally untouchable. Like, they were just could not be beaten. It was absolutely wild. But as I mentioned, Kaido's a great option. But for myself, I don't really have that much investment in Kaido. He's not Limit Break expanded. He doesn't have any rush tablets. He doesn't have Limit Break, level Limit Break. But with Ace, he is technically a free-to-play character that you guys can pick up. He takes a lot of resources, and I say free-to-play very lightly, but he takes a lot of resources to get him to a position where he's disgustingly strong. However, you only need to get him to level Limit Break 3, I believe, or maybe it's 2, at level 110, so maybe it's only 2. If you get into level 2, you actually get access to all of his PvP abilities. 110 is a lot better than my level 99 Kaido, so I figured I'll actually try and bring him along and see how we go. And he actually has been doing really, really nicely for me. And honestly, I think I'm probably going to run him over something like Kaido, because Kaido's passive is very attack-centric. It doesn't give me as much defense. And as you guys can see here, we very comfortably made our way through the Free Spirit team. Now, do the Free Spirit team always beat Strength? No. Always lose to Strength? No. Does Strength always beat Free Spirit? No. You can probably show me screenshots of your Free Spirit team beating a Strength team, beating one that's higher invested. I'm not doubting what the Free Spirit team can do. I'm just saying on a consistent basis, 9 times out of 10, Strength is going to beat Free Spirit, and it's always going to work nicer. They have a lot more defense, they have a lot more tanking, they have a lot of damage output, and they have the best PvP character in the game. Whilst Gear 5, 6 Plus is a very good Grand Party unit, Anniversary Gear 5 is just miles above in terms of regular PvP. Alright, so we've got a bit more investment now. Plus, we have a Kid Law on the bench, so if that unit comes in, it's obviously going to hinder a lot of our team. With running a lot of driven powerhouse characters means you are hindered by Kid and Law. Now, you don't stereotypically see Kid Law running around, but it was nice that I could actually include them in the video, because I do know a lot of people stated and brought to my attention that Robin Koala is a fantastic unit to use in the front, but Kid Law is also a great unit that you can a very versatile unit that you can actually sub in. And like I said, Free Spirit's really good. I still really enjoy the Free Spirit team. I just find in PvP, they're not as fast. They're not a great attacking team, but defensively, they are absolutely fantastic. They are a phenomenal defensive team, and one that you should probably still be very, very scared of. Something that you should probably avoid, especially if there's a very heavily invested Namikarina. This Namikarina is level 125. Weird that it's not 130, but it is what it is. But the Zoro and the Gear 5, 6 Plus are all level 150. So the counters that Gear 5 is throwing, that Zoro's hitting us with, 3,000 per counter, and the special that Luffy's going to hit that goes through defense, it's going to hurt. It's going to hit us very, very hard. And this is what Free Spirit can do. They can absolutely pummel one particular unit. However, with, again, the shield capabilities of Luffy, with the shield capabilities of Ace, and if you get below 50% HP with Kobe and you put shield on everyone, your entire team, you're basically untouchable for a short amount of time. Also, with Kobe in the front lines, you play a huge RNG, like you basically fight RNG with RNG. Namikarina can obviously roll back your specials, but Kobe can obviously roll them forward. So if Kobe doesn't get rolled back from Namikarina, and then just goes anyway, rolls forward their special by 30%, and then gives everyone on the team haste, you're basically going to pop off your Gear 5 special anyway, and Namikarina is just going to be completely redundant. They're going to lower a little bit of defense, but as you guys can see, we're sitting at a comfortable like 20 defense with our front line. It's kind of nuts. So we're not in a position where we're worried about our defensive buffs. Ace is providing so much with his passive, that's not even funny. And even taking a special from Kid Law, we still managed to survive thanks to that shield, because like Luffy just hangs on. Like he just continuously survives thanks to that shield that he can give himself below 50%. Ace can also give himself that shield. You do want to try and protect Luffy if you are running strength. As you can see, I've got him and Kobe on the wings. That means they're always going to get protected from the most amount of damage. But the downside to Free Spirit that I haven't really spoken about is Luffy has the ability to miss units. He's always going to hit one unit. That was so good, by the way. We got one haste off, and it was the only one that mattered. And now it's over. Even with -8 defense, it literally doesn't matter. So, see you later. Goodbye, everyone. It's what Luffy does, man. It's why Gear 5 Anniversary, exclusive for Gear 5, is the best PvP character in the game. It's absolutely wild what he can do. But as I was saying, something that I haven't really touched on and why I think these teams are better than the Free Spirit team as a whole is Gear 5 Anniversary Luffy doesn't miss. Gear 5 6+ definitely can miss. And I don't know if you guys saw that, but this is a very, very heavily invested Free Spirit team. A very heavily one. 78,000 with S-Hawk on the bench. A massively invested team. Gear 5 6+ has the ability to miss units. If they're running something like Odin and not Otama, he has the ability to miss units. Even Kid Law has the ability to... Oh, actually, I actually don't know if Kid Law misses. Yeah, I don't know if he does. But Odin and Gear 5 definitely do. And with Strength, they have a lot more reliability with actually targeting units and actually finishing them or killing them, taking them out. Blackbeard's always doing a HP cut that's 35% to everyone. Even Kobe's hitting 2 units. If you are running Kaido over Ace, he's also targeting out units. Kuma, always hitting 2 units. Gear 5 Anniversary, always targeting 6 characters. Now, this is a prime example of where RNG can just be better than the Free Spirit teams. When Nami Karina rolls back everyone's specials by 40%, except for Kobe. Kobe just rolls back our forwards by our special by 30%, gives everyone haste, brings all our specials forward. Literally, Nami Karina right there was completely redundant. All they did was lower everyone's defense by level 4. We've still got level 16 defense. Luffy comes in, kills their strongest, in quotation marks, being Nami Karina, or the most annoying RNG-wise for a defensive team, being Nami Karina. Luffy comes in, takes that unit out, including, what's her name? Otama for any healing capabilities. And now they can just have their bench come in. They can throw shots at us. But literally, it's just a matter of time before Luffy gets his special off again. Whilst, yes, you could say, Stump, I could just kill Luffy and it'll be all fine. You don't understand. Trying to kill Luffy on this team, it's a lot easier said than done. When you're sitting at 23 defense on a team that can also put up a shield, unless you're hitting me with something like S-Hawk or hitting me with something like Wipe It and Roger, like, you're not getting through that. Like, it's chalk and cheese. And even hitting something like Zoro with his counter abilities, you just continuously survive. And it's crazy how powerful strength is when you have all of these pieces of the puzzle. If you guys don't have, like, some of these worldwide anniversary characters, if you guys don't even have something like Luffy or Kobe, I do understand why you think Free Spirit is going to be better. Like I said, a lot of people have very heavy investments in the Free Spirit team because they've been using them in external play. So I do understand seeing why the Free Spirit team works really, really well. And if you guys are using it, I'm not telling you to stop using it. I'm just trying to explain to people why I put strength and slashes above them in my tier list. But that's going to wrap up the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, if you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.